Mic check 1, 2. Yo, what is up, guys? Wednesday, June the 9th, 2021. Hope you're all doing well. Chris Phillips here of the Daily Crow. Appreciate you all tuning in. Got a packed show, a lot to get into here on a Wednesday or on a hump day. Already see Travie, Leonard Matthews. What's going on, guys? Hope you are all doing well. Very exciting. Very exciting day today. Got a lot to get into. Like I said, we can talk Gamecocks. We can talk college football playoff. You see behind me. Maybe the old BCS system wasn't that broken after all. Would love to debate that with you all, guys. Again, Wednesday, June the 9th, 2021. Yes, it is Hump Day. Happy Wednesday to you all. Taking your questions, comments, and calls at 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Before we get into everything, I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, guys, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, guys. They're both young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies but switching sides. Both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they left to start their own law firm. And the reason they did that is because they understand you're not just a line item. You're not just a number. You're a human being with real problems, real issues that need to be solved and you need to be taken care of. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family, right? They're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number, guys. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Do not try to take on the insurance company yourself, guys. Again, you've been involved in an accident. The last thing you need to be worrying about is your insurance or dealing with paperwork or anything like that. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient and effective. Again, let them handle it for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you, guys. Rami's in Columbia. Curtis is in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. So you have nothing to lose. You can give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368, or, of course, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, what's going on? 843-790-3377. Like I said, guys, appreciate you all tuning in here on a Wednesday, here on a hump day. The sun is finally out and shining in the capital city. It feels good. We've had rain, I feel like, for the past week, so it feels nice to finally have the sun out and about. Feels nice. Nice day out in Columbia today. Nice and warm. Again, Travie, Leonard Matthews, Elizabeth Ballard, what's going on? She says, happy hump day. Great behind the beak. I loved seeing Dodie Brown, Jenkins, and Muse. Yeah, they all came by the tailgate. It was a really good time. Sean O'Brien, what's up? Brennan M. Phil. Phil says 84 degrees and partly cloudy in New Hampshire. I think the high today, Phil, is 88 maybe? Yeah, 89. But we've gotten to the point where it's not 100 degrees, but the humidity is like 1,000%. So, Elizabeth Ballard, what do you think about Myers and Robinson transferring? Yes, I see the questions rolling in right now regarding Noah Myers and Michael Robinson. Justin Langford also says, what's up with the guys transferring from our baseball program? Guys, it's just like I told you about Brandon Fields and Mag Cotto and Travis Loonsman. It's just guys that want to go play. I mean, it's not an indictment on your baseball program. You know, people are comparing, it's just like the end of the Muschamp era. Everybody's bailing out and they're going to fire the coach. Guys, Noah Myers, both these guys hit less than 200, and I think both of them had like 25 at bats. I mean, they want to go play. With the recruiting class we have coming in, I doubt, both guys want to come back and really try to fight for a job or come back where there's uncertainty that they're going to have a job. So they want to transfer out and find somewhere else to play. And again, it's not an indictment on the program. Guys transfer all the time. I mean, would you guys, and I got nothing but love for Noah and Robbie, but would you guys look at those two guys and say they were key contributors or big-time impact players, or did you think they were going to be those guys moving forward? I mean, again, it's no knock on them, but they want to play, and, I don't think they're starters for us next year. So, you can't get drafted off the bench, or at least it's very hard to do so. So, No, it's, I know here's really the bigger issue. The transfer portal, that what do I want to say? The name of that, like the overall stigma of guys entering the transfer portal, I think it makes it feel way worse than it actually is. Guys have always transferred. I mean, transferring has always been a thing. Transferring's always been a thing. So, I have no worries about it at all. I mean, again, it's just a thing where guys want to play, and I don't think they were going to be starters or everyday players for us next year. They were not going to be everyday guys for us next year. So I think it's probably both in their best interest. I mean, Michael Robinson came from a JUCO, and he came to fight for a starting job. And Brennan Malone's going to come back next year, and I think he's your starting third baseman, especially Jeff Heinrich being gone. So, guys don't want to come back and be role players. You know what I mean? Guys want to get drafted, and to get drafted, you got to play every day. So, let's see. Sean O'Brien, the transfer portal is the new normal for all sports and programs. I wouldn't sweat it. Kids will move to schools where they think they will play. Yeah, and the big thing in baseball is this. I said this about the Brandon Fields thing and Magcotto and all that. It's even more prevalent in baseball because only 9 guys can play, guys. And baseball is a sport. You don't have to play at the SEC level to get drafted. You don't have to even be D1. You can go JUCO. You can go D2, D3, NAIA. Hell, you can be a community college guy, whatever. But you need to play. So what would you rather do? Be an everyday guy at a D2 school or be a role player at a school like South Carolina? And being at South Carolina is great. And the people on Instagram and other outlets that are like knocking the kids for leaving, like, bro, it's so weak. It's just so weak. Like, these guys are making a decision for their futures. Like, they weren't everyday guys anyways. Like, let them be. Let them live. You know what I mean? Like, let them pursue the next chapter. Wish them nothing but the best. They represented the University of South Carolina well. I have nothing ill to say about Robinson or Noah Myers. Oh, got to grab the charger here. I have nothing but great words to say about those guys. So, and fans shouldn't either. So, guys make decisions for their future. It is what it is. You wish them well, and we'll keep it moving. Let's see. Justin Langford, Heinrich had an opportunity to start at least. I mean, yeah, maybe he did. I mean, but guys make decisions for their own personal reasons, man. We don't know what's going on with them. I can tell you for a fact, I saw something out there on Twitter that somebody had said Heinrich and into the transfer portal. I can tell you directly from the source that his next move is most likely to pursue pro ball. He's thinking about overseas. So why would you knock a kid for doing that? You know what I mean? He's doesn't want to come back and be a role player. You know what I mean? It's bottom line. It is what it is. So USC Insider says, I hope that Wes Clark stays. I doubt that's going to happen, my friend. I mean, I know people have talked about that, and people say, oh, our guys were so bad. And this, I mean, here's the thing. This was a money year for Wes Clark, right? This was his money year. And I know he can come back and whatever, but this was his money year for the draft. I mean, I think Wes Clark's going to be a top 10 round pick. I mean, the guy, I know he doesn't necessarily have a position, and I mean, he doesn't have a perfect swing. There are flaws in his game. I totally understand, but the guy hits bombs. I mean, you can work with that. So I'd be shocked if Wes, Brady, or Eister made that decision to come back. I think those 3 guys are without a doubt gone. I mean, you never know. It's kind of interesting because of the draft only being 20 rounds and guys can come back under no penalty due to COVID and stuff like that, or not penalty, but you know what I mean. They can come back and use another year. So, I don't know. You never know, but I think those guys are going. Sean O'Brien says Wes will go get his money. I tend to agree. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Again, we can talk Carolina baseball. We can also, we don't just have to talk Gamecocks on the show. If you guys want to talk about the whole playoff thing, what do you think about the proposed 12-team college football playoff? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Like it says right here, man, I'll tell you. I mean, I'm glad they expanded, but you know why we're expanding, right? Because everybody's just tired of seeing Alabama, Clemson. And I'm tired of it too, but I will tell you this. I'll tell you this. I'm not going to be, as someone that enjoys college football, and hey, the people that are complaining about it, they have even less reason to complain about it than I do, because I don't cover college football nationally yet. I don't cover it nationally yet, but I cover South Carolina. And we're not even remotely, let's call it for what it is, we're not even remotely near the conversation of making the 12-team playoff. If I covered college football nationally, bro, the more football, the merrier. Like, it is what it is. So to see people complaining that cover college football for a living and they're going to have more football to talk about is absolutely insane to me. It's absolutely insane. Anyways, with that being said, though, the reason we continue to talk expansion is because we want to get away from Bama Clemson. Oh my God, we got to give more teams a chance. And in reality, guys, I don't think expanding to 12, I don't think expanding to 16, I don't think expanding to 64 would really make a difference. I think the only thing that's going to solve college football and the parity or lack thereof is other teams just getting better, flat out. You know, in the ACC, teams like North Carolina, Florida State, Miami, these teams have just got to get better. Somebody's got to knock them off. Teams in the SEC, LSU being a consistent program, Texas A&M getting better, you know, Georgia finally getting over the hump, Florida getting back to Florida, Tennessee getting back to Tennessee, South Carolina possibly being a threat. Teams have just got to get better. You want to knock them out, you got to beat them. You know, so I mean, and I think that's the harsh reality. And that's why I always say, guys, I think baseball is the greatest sport on the planet because it's the last sport, and basketball too, I guess. Basketball too, for sure. But baseball has true parity where anybody can beat anybody. You never know what's going to happen. Bro, football, there are 4 to 5 teams, maybe 6, that realistically have a shot to win the national title. And of late, there's been maybe 2 or 3 because the playoff games have just been flat out blowouts. So, you know, trust me, I think the playoff system is cool. I think expanding it to 8 would be awesome. But maybe the BCS wasn't all that bad. You know what I mean? God, I mean, we're getting back to the same result we would have gotten to either way. You know what I mean? So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Again, 843-790-3377. You want to talk about it, discuss it, debate it, whatever it is. I think there's arguments to be made for both sides, but I think going to 8, I think 8's the perfect number. I think 8 makes a lot of sense. I think 8 makes a lot of sense. So apparently Brett Carey is moving out of Cola today. My buddy just texted me. So, yeah, I think sorry, my buddy just texted me. Apparently, Brett Carey's girlfriend put up a post saying, "Buy Columbia with Brett by the moving truck." Yeah, I definitely think Brett Carey is gone and going to go in the draft. I don't think that's a surprise. Let's see. Tommy Wallace, we've seen improvements in our baseball program this year. We could see Omaha from a short distance. Haven't been able to do that in a few years. Yeah, and I will tell you this, man. I'm putting together an article for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big, big baseball day. We're going to have our postseason review and recap show, award show for the 2021 season. I'm also going to drop an article that is going to be the top 5 moments of the 2021 baseball season. And I'll tell you this, and I know we didn't have a season last year, so you can't really say anything about that, but this was as fun a season as we've had in quite a while. I mean, honestly, so many great memories. I mean, I know it didn't end the way we wanted, obviously, guys, but I thought this season was a blast. I really did. I thought this season was an absolute blast. So, you know, I thought this season was incredible. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Travis Wells, it's set in stone. We are expanding. No, but the latest, it seems that the 12-team format is what is favored. And expansion is just a matter of time. You know what I mean? We're not doing it right now, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen, no question. Sean O'Brien, I think you can debate whether 12 teams is too many or not, but it definitely needs to be expanded. I don't have a solution, but the root issue with college athletics is the rich get richer, and that is hard/impossible to fix. I mean, yeah, when you're really good, it's easy to get really, really good players, and I mean, like you said, it's true. The rich get richer, no doubt. Heath Hagler, the same people that want a 12-team playoff are the same people that will be upset with 4 of those teams being from the SEC every single year. Fair enough, because you're probably going to get at least 3 in. You'll probably get at least 3 in, no question. Tommy Wallace says 8 makes the most sense. Give the Power 5 champs the first 5 spots and then give 3 wild cards. I think that's a great format too, Tommy, but the only issue you run into with that is you have your SEC champion. Well, I mean, there's probably another team in the SEC that's good enough to take one of those wild card spots. And you know people are going to get pissed off about that. So it could get dicey. Justin Langford, just imagine a top 25 team college football playoff where the number 1 team has a bye during the first round and the other teams duke it out to advance to the next round. Well, you know, the big argument is you take away the importance of the regular season and it devalues the regular season. And I get it. I understand it. It makes the regular season not mean nearly as much. But I don't know, man. Someone as a college football fan, I don't know how the regular season could ever not mean something. Like, I think they're all important no matter what. I don't know. Savannah Webster, I like 6. Let's see. I like 6, 5 conference champions and a wild card, which I feel should be the highest ranked G5. Well, then again, Savannah, you run into the problem of, you know, let's say, you know, a couple years ago when Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC title and, you know, you'd be leaving Georgia out or whatever, you know what I mean? You'd be leaving. Or when Bama didn't even win the West. They didn't even win the West and they got in the playoff, right? So there are problems with that as well. Josh Reichley, what's going on? Justin, what's up, TSUA gang? I'm all for 12 teams. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, the biggest problem in college football is the smaller teams just need to get better, bottom line. I mean, the smaller teams have got to get better. The middle of the pack teams have got to get better. My biggest thing is this, man. I'll tell you this. I think the group of 5 needs its own playoff. I think that's a no-brainer, man. That is an absolute – that's a no-brainer. Group of 5 because let's be realistic. The group of 5 is not winning a national title. Ever, 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 ever. It's not happening. It's not happening. So, I'm sorry, but Coastal Carolina and App State and all, they should not be competing for the same trophy that Alabama is. They just shouldn't. They shouldn't. Heath Hagler says, if you do 12, I do think you'll see a lot less opt-outs, which would be a breath of fresh air. Do you think we'll continue to see as many opt-outs going into this season? Do you think that was more of a COVID season thing, or will opt-outs be the new norm in college football? I'm curious. I don't think we'll have quite as much this year. I think there were a lot of guys who call it for what it is. They saw a way out. You know what I mean? Nobody could judge you for opting out for your health and safety, which I'm not like demeaning those guys' reasons for opting out, but you had a built-in excuse last year. Now I think it's a little bit different. I don't think you'll see quite as many. Tom McClellan, people are going to be pissed if there's more than one SEC team in whatever format there is, but the SEC is year in, year out the best conference. So it makes sense. There will be another SEC team in the mix. I mean, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. Matthew Isaac, it seems that the only thing that needs work is batting. We're back to the baseball side of things. Only thing that needs work is batting, and that's all they need to work on. That's something to think about. They do correct it for the next season. Looking forward to it. The bullpen did everything they could, especially during the regional. Yeah, no, listen, pitching was there. You got to find a way to swing it, no doubt. Sean O'Brien, they most definitely need their own playoff. UCF fans punching the air right now. Yeah, and here's the thing, though, and Josh Pate made this point when he was on the show with me. The reason the group of 5 won't do that is because they like the attention and the money that comes from – they'd rather complain than actually come up with a solution. That's the bottom line. UCF's a prime example of that. So, Savannah Webster says, I think the opt-outs will be the norm. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe they will. I think it's kind of a trash look in a lot of instances. I mean, you know, no, you can't knock a kid for locking in and focusing on his future, but, you know, if a kid just opts out to opt out, you know, Justin Langford would give teams the opportunity to actually play for something and make them want to kick some tail in the regular season to try to get in the top 25. Yeah. Heath Hagler, opt-outs were prevalent before COVID. As soon as the playoff year started, players were opting out if their team wasn't in it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we saw it with Debo, right? We saw it with Debo Samuel all the way back to that, but it's just crazy. It's crazy how that is the new culture of college football. And you think back like Jadeveon Clowney. Like, bro, he played in his bowl game. He knew he was going to be the number one pick. Played in the bowl game anyways. Like, how things can change. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I mean, you can't knock a kid. Take care of your money. Take care of your future. Take care of your health. I just come from the school of that. Like, that would never happen in baseball. Guys aren't going to opt out in baseball. You know what I mean? You come to school to play. You don't know how many times you have left to play. So, I don't know. That's just me. That's just my – but I'm not going to ever knock a kid, whatever. It is what it is. That's their decision to make, and all you can do is wish them well and move on. So, Travis says, who do we think takes the Supers in Cola this weekend? Not that we really give a damn. I'm taking Dallas Baptist over the Cavs to make it Omaha. I hope DBU smokes them. I don't know who's going to win it, but I hope DBU smokes them. Tanner Lynn says, I think an 8-team playoff is perfect. It gives other teams in the SEC with 2 or 3 losses a chance to get in. There are always a couple SEC teams sitting at home that I think could have beat Clemson. Tanner, I don't think a 3-loss team should ever be in the playoff. I think that's a little extreme. So, I think that's a little extreme. I don't know. I think 8 would work. I think 5, your 5 Power 5 conference champions and 3 wild cards. Like I said, though, people might get upset when 2 of those 3 are SEC ball clubs. I mean, honestly. So, hell, go to 16. I mean, expansion's coming. Expansion's coming whether people like it or not. It is coming. So, it is coming. So, I don't even really, like I said, guys, I don't even really know that there's like one perfect way to do it. I don't know that there's one perfect way to do it. I see the advantages and disadvantages with 8. I see it with 12. I see it with 16. I see it with 4. 2. Whoa. I don't know what just happened there. That was interesting. Muschamp Hackers at it again. Can you guys hear me okay? Good Lord. Muschamp Hackers, just do not leave me alone. I don't know what in the world just happened. Savannah Webster, there might not be a perfect way, but 4 is not it. And again, I would say this, though, Savannah. Why is 4 not it? Again, I don't think that 4 is even that bad. It's just we're getting a result we don't want. That's it. That's it. We are getting, let's just Gamecock fans especially, let's call it for what it is. We're getting a result we don't want. And college football fans as a whole, we don't want to see Bama Clemson every year. We don't just want to see Bama Clemson, Georgia, and Oklahoma. We don't. We don't want to see that every year. Flat out. Now, again, what I would say, I don't even want expansion because I think that's going to, all of a sudden, there's going to be other teams that win the national title. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're still going to get to Bama Clemson, unfortunately. Till somebody knocks them off, that's where you're going to get. But I am of the school of thought of, dude, more football, the merrier. I mean, why not? I mean, some of these matchups would be really intriguing. They would. So, they would be intriguing. Let's see. Justin says the whole reason this system was started was to break up the SEC dominance. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when they won as many national titles they did in like, a 10-year span. I mean, yeah, definitely. It is crazy, though, the lack of parity just in college football as a whole, And I guess it's always been that way, but, like, why is college football like that? Why are there only 6 teams? 6? That's not that many, guys. I mean, in college baseball, there are realistically, I'd say, at least there are double-digit teams that can win a national title. Hell, more, probably, I mean, there's probably 20 to 25 teams that could win it. Really. I mean, in basketball, probably double-digit teams that could make a run and win it. Dude, in football, there are 4 to 5. I mean, honestly, realistically, that could win it. Why is that? And I know the rich get richer argument. How do you break that up? How do you break that up? I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Jacob Edwards says, I don't love the auto bids for Power 5 champs. Pac-12 is so far behind. That's a good point. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Travis Royal says, bigger institutions giving bigger money to the players. Yeah, I mean, hey, the culture of college football and the way recruiting happens, and we call it for what it is, man. It's it's hard to beat the bag man at a lot of these schools. I mean, that's just the reality of college football, man. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's paying in some degree. Everybody's paying. Everybody's paying. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. Let's see. Savannah Webster, I heard Florida law allows players to be paid now. I think that's a likeness thing. That's not like go on a recruiting visit and get a bag. That's a likeness thing. So that's going to happen everywhere. He says, here's a thought. Do the football playoff just like basketball and baseball and make it the top 30-ish teams, and each game is win or go home. All right, Heath, to that point, I will say this. Because I used to be someone that said, you know what, make it just like the FCS playoffs. These people that say the regular season doesn't matter, they're full of shit, like whatever. Football is football, it'll be great. However, after going through this baseball season, and you kind of do realize how little the regular season means. Like in the sense of, it's important. Every weekend's important in college baseball, but winning your conference isn't important. Winning your conference tournament doesn't matter. It's just all about get to the postseason, and then a new season begins. If you expand too much, you really do demean the overall importance. One of the things that makes the college football regular season so special is the fact that if you lose, it's crushing. Like, nope, we're not winning a title this year. We just lost our second game. Like in the NFL, bro, you can lose 7 games and win your division, So I think top 30 would be that'd be ludicrous, honestly. That'd be absolutely ludicrous. So Tommy Wallace, how many times can you go in the transfer portal without sitting a year? As many as you want, I think, Tommy. I think you can literally just transfer every year if you want. Sean O'Brien, the only thing I could think of is putting a cap on the amount of 4 to 5-star recruits you can recruit per year. But even then, that could be impossible to manage. Sean, no. that sounds very like, no, hell no. Because, hey, you might say that. What if South Carolina's in 5 years, we're getting all the 4 and 5-star recruits? You want somebody to tell us we can't go out there and get the best players? Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. I get, like, I guess your thought prop, but like that, no. Again, you guys know I'm not political at all. I don't get into politics, but I can tell you this. You don't make the lower class better by taking away from the top. You don't. You do not. I don't know all the terms and kind of where my brain's going with this, but you don't lift the bottom by taking away from the top. So you don't say, oh, we're not going to allow you to sign X number of recruits. We're got to give them to the small. Like, no. That's not your solution. That's not your solution. Jonah Gaunt says, ready for football. No matter the pain I always feel, I keep coming back for more. Where does everyone sit? Section 11 here. So, what's funny, Jonah? I thought about it. I don't get season tickets. I normally just buy them game by game. So, I don't know what my setup will be this year. I don't know. I mean, I've thought about I kind of like sitting all over the stadium. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet. So, but I'll certainly be at minimum home game. At every home game minimum, I will be there. So, Sean O'Brien says, I agree. I'm just saying preventing the rich getting richer is dicey and wouldn't almost be impossible. I just, again, Sean, I hear you. I hear what you're trying to say. Totally disagree with that school of thinking. I totally disagree with it. Like I said, I look at it this way, Sean. I'm a small business owner. Are you telling me that, me as a business owner, if my business gets to a point where it's making, if I'm Jeff Bezos, should Jeff Bezos have his money taken away because he's just smart as hell and created a great product and the business has flourished and done wild? No, absolutely not. On a smaller scale, should I have my business, you get what I'm saying. So no, you don't fix the bottom by crushing the top. You don't do. That's not how you solve it. I don't think. I mean, that's just my opinion, but whatever. Let's see. Heath Hagler says, so you play the regular season to host games at your field for the playoffs, just like baseball. Now, I mean, I do agree with you in the sense, like, it doesn't matter what type of playoff system you have. In my opinion, the regular season will always be special. I think it'll always be special. So, but Tommy Wallace, expanding playoffs helps some teams who would be better at the end of the year if they have early season injuries. As you said, get to the playoffs and it's a new season. Well, like I said, the biggest argument against that, Tommy, is that you really just take away all the value that the regular season provides. Like, these matchups will not have the same emphasis on them that they normally would, because it's like, hey, we're going to get the playoff either way. Like, we only have to finish in the top 25. So, and, people argue what makes college football so special is it's not like the NFL in the sense where the regular season is so important. So, let's see, guys. Before we go any further, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Flex Squad Fitness, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Flex Squad Fitness, guys. And CJ Profit, the man behind it all, he's been a certified personal trainer for 10 years. And, guys, the reason he's so good at what he does is because he's been there, done that. He struggled with his own weight for many years until he eventually lost 85 pounds himself doing the exact same type of training that he currently does at the gym. And, guys, at Flex Squad, they do one-on-one and small group training. Their program is a mix of strength, high-intensity interval training, and endurance training. And, guys, the goal is to not only help people look great on the outside, but more importantly, make them stronger and more confident on the inside. And again, guys, he's been there, done that. He's gone through the physical grind, the mental grind. He knows exactly what you're going through, and he's going to be there for you every single step of the way. Guys, the place changes people inside and out. You're not going to regret walking the door. You'll probably just wish you did it sooner. Guys, right now they're offering a free week for anyone who wants to try out their classes, or 2 free one-on-one sessions to see what they're all about. Or, guys, if you go there right now, tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. You are going to get your first month free. Again, guys, it's a no-brainer if you're looking to start your fitness journey, whether you're in Columbia, Chapin, or the state of South Carolina. Look no further than our friends at Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin, South Carolina. Again, guys, that's Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Let's see. Robbie Davis said, what's up, Chris? What's up, Chris? Outside of Ohio State, the first year of the playoff, it's either then that team from the upstate or Alabama. Your friend Robbie Davis. Go Gamecocks. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that it's been the same 4 or 5 the past whatever years. I mean, trust me, I get it. Hunter says, in my opinion, expanding to 12 teams won't even cause that much of a difference. We'll get some fun games, but ultimately the Final Four will be pretty much the same. I'm down for more football, but I don't think this will give us anything different. Also, I have no explanation for why I think this, but the further that we expand the playoffs, I think we'll get exponentially more bowl game opt-outs. Takes more and more meaning out of non-playoff bowl season, which I am personally against. Yeah, now, listen, I hear you. I hear you, man. I hear you. You're, like I said, you're probably right. I think we probably do end up with the same 4 teams, which is the depressing part. That is the depressing part. We're gonna end up with the same exact 4 teams that are currently dominating college football, and it's just because they have the best players and the best coaches. And like I said, the solution is some of these teams stepping up and beating them. Bottom line. So, Brian Dean, in 1984, USC was predicted to go 6-6 or 7-5. They went 10-2. So, Brian Dean, what are you trying to say? Savannah Webster, a lot of people are saying rivalry week can lose its sparkle. if they have to play 3 times the games right after that. I mean, Carolina Clemson will never not be a big week, right? So, Travi Royal, Gamecock Nation, just picture this. It's 2012 football season. We made it to the college football playoffs. If it existed then, I feel like we could have hung out with any team in the nation that year. Let's keep fighting, and we will see it one day. Have faith. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, man. Probably the 11, 12, and 13 teams for South Carolina would have made the playoff under that format. So, that is a very, very, very good point, my friend. Very good point indeed. Camp season is back for Gamecock baseball. How about that? They've got camps literally. Hold on. Next week. Wow. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. By the way, guys, for those who are asking, I'm still trying to get Shane Beamer on the airwaves. For those who keep asking me. So tag Steve Fink on Twitter if you want him to come on. I would love to have him on the airwaves. I'd love to have all the coaches on the airwaves. But, it is what it is. It is what it is right now. So it's all good. We continue to roll on. Got a couple great interviews later today. Gerald Dixon, former Gamecocks defensive lineman, and Cedric Cooper, also another defensive lineman, played during the glory years of Carolina football. Talking to both of them later today. Gerald Dixon's conversation will drop tomorrow, and then Cedric's will drop on Monday. So really excited to chat with those guys. Brian Dean. Brian Dean, man. Brian, I love your optimism. He says, I think we're legitimately an 8-4 team in 2021. Brian, from your lips to God's ears, my friend. From your lips to God's ears. No doubt. I take it. Trust me. I will do freaking cartwheels if we go 8-4. I mean, you have no idea, my friend. You have absolutely no idea. So, I hope you're right. I hope you are right. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Keith, what's going on, man? How are you? Appreciate you tuning in. Savannah Webster says, Champa Bay report. Excited for Stanley Cup playoffs next week. Oh, here's an update for you, Savannah. So, my buddy who I was planning on going to see to Tampa, I've already got my plane ticket bought and everything. He hits me up yesterday. Hey, man, I got a job opportunity in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to be here for July 4th anymore. So, don't think I'm going to be coming to Tampa for July 4th. But it also leaves me in an interesting predicament that I've already bought a plane ticket, and I go look yesterday, and I don't think I can get a refund. I think it's just going to give me airline credit, which I really don't want. So, I got to figure some things out for July 4th. So, oh, well, I mean, first world problems. It is what it is, perspective, but yeah, my buddy just dropped that bomb on me yesterday. So, Savannah, I apologize. I guess we won't be doing the happy hour. But, yeah, anyways. Travi, come on, Steve Fink. Let our rowdy rooster Chris eat. Yeah, I love to chat. Love to chat with them all. So, Tommy McClellan, if we go 8-4, then we need to have a huge party, and everyone does a Stone Cold Steve Austin beer bath. Yeah, dude, I will smoke cigars. I will do a beer bath. I'll do whatever. So, Jonah Gauntz, I know it is a ways out, but what time do you plan to set up and tailgate for the first 7 p.m. game? Jonah, I cannot answer that with 100% certainty. I cannot answer that with 100% certainty. I mean, it will definitely be early in the day. You know, I got to talk to my buddy and see what time they're planning on, what time we are planning on getting out there, what time the lot opens, which, guys, if you did not know, we're going to be tailgating from Seawells this season. Already got the spot booked and everything, and I'll be probably next week posting like a true announcement, like a picture and everything of the spot and where we're at and all that stuff. So yeah, that will come next week, but I mean, maybe noon. I don't know. I have no idea. Also, I'm going to release details at some point about people that want to donate to the tailgate. We're going to make a banner for the tailgate with the Spurs Up Show logo on it. And those who want to donate, we will put their names on that banner as well. So I'm actually putting together details on that. I'll have a lot more time to put together those details starting next week. That is the one thing I really am excited for, scaling back from 5 shows a week to 2 shows a week, is it's just going to give me a lot of time to devise and put my strategy together for football season and work on other pieces of content that maybe, I haven't put as much time into because we stay so busy with the daily grind and the podcast and the daily content and stuff like that. So I am excited for that side of things. But trust me, all of those details will be coming to you guys ASAP. They will be coming to you very, very soon. I will have those details. You guys will not be in the dark about any of that stuff. I promise you. Let's see. Heath Hagler. I will get the shipping. The flag is shipped, by the way, Heath. I will get the shipping information to you. The other flag, my other buddy actually got his flag, so that's why I DM'd about it. So you should be getting yours very, very soon. Let's see. Brian Dean says Tennessee, Kentucky, Vandy, East Carolina, Eastern Illinois, Troy, Texas A&M, and Florida are all winnable. Brian, I would love to hear your reasoning how you think Texas A&M is a winnable game. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but realistically, bro, we have never beat them in the history ever. I'm not picking that as a win until we beat them. I don't even know if I believe we can beat them until we do. So, yeah, and I think A&M is going to be a really, really good team, and it's at College Station. Sean O'Brien, Chris, what games are you traveling to this season? I'm not 110% sure. I'd love to go to all of them. Again, I'll keep you guys updated. Like I said, it's just June the 9th. We have a while. We have a while to go. We got we got 3 months before kickoff. I will let you guys know. I will no doubt be at every single home game. I'll be at every single home game. The road games are TBD. So, Brian Dean, just because Kellen Mond is gone does not mean Texas A&M is going to fall off a cliff. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. They've recruited well. Some people argue they're going to be better without Kellen Mond. So I don't know that I'd say that they're going to fall off because Kellen Mond left. You know what I mean? I don't, so. Heath said he got his flag yesterday. Yeah, like I said, Heath, I will get you the shipping details right after this live show, but your flag should be getting there within, I would say, the next week at the latest. So I apologize for the delay. Like I said, I'm using a vendor, and making a flag is not a very quick process, believe it or not. So I've actually got to order I want to order a couple of new flags for football season. So I'll ask you guys this. I know I've asked this question again. I'm probably going to pose this question, later on in the summer. Do you feel like Rowdy Roosters is just a baseball thing? Or do you think it could apply to all sports? I mean, I love it personally. I'm a little biased, but I love it personally. But do we think Rowdy Roosters should just be a baseball thing or carry it into football? Brian Dean, I think Isaiah Spiller's back this year, by the way. So, pretty sure. Is he not? Yeah, Isaiah Spiller, my friend, is definitely back. He's a junior this year. So, Sean O'Brien, Texas A&M genuinely might be natty material this year. SEC West could get interesting, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, Brian, with all due respect, I hope we beat A&M, but there are literally people picking A&M to beat Alabama. So they're going to be pretty good. They're going to be pretty damn good. So, by the way, guys, a quick update for the Daily Crow. Let's see. Hold on. Quick update for the Daily Crow. No Daily Crow Friday. Okay, you guys have probably seen it's not even scheduled. No Daily Crow Friday. I'm actually going to the beach this weekend, or Thursday through Saturday morning. So not a long trip, but Friday I will be on the beach. So no Daily Crow. I think we're going to Hilton Head maybe. A friend of mine sprung a surprise trip on me, and I was like, you know what? It's been a long baseball season. Why not? Why not take a beach day? So Friday, guys, no Daily Crow. Of course, the podcast will drop as normal Friday. but no. We might go live for like 5 minutes, be like, hey, here I am on the beach, but no official Daily Crow. I hope you guys aren't too upset at me, but no Daily Crow. So, yeah. Oh, man. All right, let me ask you guys this as well. As I told you going into next week, we're going to scale things back with the podcast, just 2 podcasts a week versus 5 shows a week. I feel like I should just drop like a TSUS calendar. You guys can just know all the content that's coming out. Just drop a TSUS calendar. But we're scaling back from 5 podcasts a week to 2 podcasts a week. It's just going to be Monday, Thursday instead of Monday through Friday. And again, that's for obvious reasons because we're in the preseason of college football and we're in the summer and, baseball's over. There's not as much going on that where it would warrant daily podcasts. As far as the Daily Crow, though, I feel like you guys are going to tune in no matter what. I feel like as you guys make this show, so what do you think? Should we just make the Daily Crow just continue going Monday through Friday? I would ask you guys that. I mean, I said it yesterday, and I've said it on the podcast. The Daily Crow is not just going to take like a month-long hiatus, but I will say this. I can't promise that we will do it every single day. And I will say this too, guys. We're going to do it. If we're going to do it every single day, there's probably going to be a lot of days I need to just start doing it from the pool. Like, you know what? Just start doing it from the pool. Yeah, I don't know. I'll make those decisions. I like to get you guys feedback. That's why I even bring it up. I like to get you guys feedback. I obviously want to bring the best quality content I possibly can. So, and again, like I said, this is the first legitimate, normal preseason for me living in Columbia doing TSUS full time. So, yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I can't wait. It'll be a lot of fun. So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. Less than 15 minutes to go here on a Wednesday, hump day. Brian Dean says, I like Kevin Harris over Spiller. Well, yeah, Kevin Harris is the leading returner rusher, man. So. Tom McClellan, do the podcast twice a week or the Daily Crow twice a week? I mean, what we could, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Because like I said, here's the thing with the Daily Crow. I'm like, we won't have as much to talk about, but hey, the pressure's on you guys. You guys are the one that give us, give me the content. You know what I mean? So as long as you guys are tuning in, as long as you guys are asking questions, and like that's probably what we'll do is starting next week. The Daily Crow's not going to go anywhere, but I will not promise that we'll do it 5 times a week. There might be some weeks we do it all 5 days. There might be some times we do it 3 days. There might be some times we do it once. But the Daily Crow is not just going to fully go away. You know what I mean? I love doing it. I feel like you guys enjoy tuning in. Travis says Daily Crow's a staple. We can bring the content. Hey, if we do that, you guys better bring the noise, bring the heat. Hey, I don't care if we start talking about off the wall. I mean, because we're going to get to a point where we are like peak preseason, that's another thing I can't wait for, by the way. Starting next week, I'm going to have a lot more time to write kind of just off the wall articles. Like I'm probably going to write stuff like my top 5 foods to eat at the tailgate, my top 5 South Carolina Uni combos of all time, like just very like preseason football things. You know what I mean? My top 5, like the list season. You guys know. Mount Rushmore season, as the guys over at Pardon My Take call it. We are very much coming into Mount Rushmore and list season. That is what we are doing. So, I did my top 5 2001s of all time a couple of weeks ago, like stuff like that. And that's fun content, right? That's just really fun preseason content. So, Sean O'Brien, I love tuning in, but I realistically understand the need to scale down to the discussion material. I mean, yeah, you definitely get to a point where, these last 2 weeks in June and first couple in July. But I'll tell you guys this. Honestly, I'll tell you this. Because the podcast is going to be 2 shows per week until we get to kickoff. But, dude, honestly, starting July 12th, I feel like we're going to need the Daily Crow to be 5 days a week because the material I'm going to be talking about, where July 12th and that Monday, Thursday, I'm giving my game-by-game predictions. That'll be a very hot topic, very debatable. And then we're going to get into offense preview, defense preview, special teams, position unit previews, which I'll tell you guys this. People have been loving the content of late. People say, Chris, you're so positive. You're so optimistic. And I am. I feel good. All I'm saying is, though, them position unit previews, don't get your feelings hurt because I'm going to be grading each of the position units. So, hey, wide receivers might not get the best grade in the world. Defensive backs might not get the best grade in the world. Be ready for that honesty. That's all I'm saying. And I know you guys are, but, some people out there might try to tell you, oh, the receiver position, we're in a great spot. And this, it's like, let me sober you up a little bit. Let me just, not to be negative, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. So, Josh, this TDC could definitely be done on the daily. Mobile show, if need be, can be done. Yeah, I mean, no, I can definitely do it from my phone. Like I said, I'll keep you guys in the loop, but the Daily Crow is not necessarily going to go anywhere, but kind of like how Friday, we're not doing it because I'm going to the beach. There might be instances like that. So, here's a good question. Keith, were you satisfied with this year's baseball finish, and what are your expectations for next year? I mean, I think satisfied is a strong word. I mean, the season went about how I expected, in the sense of, hey, I picked us to go 16-14 in SEC play. I'd be damned if we don't go exactly 16-14 in SEC play. Now, I picked us to be a super regional team, okay? I picked us to be a super regional team. We did not hit that mark. So to say that I'm satisfied with losing our own regional, I'm not satisfied with that, but I'm not like disappointed to the point of, oh, we got to make wholesale changes, we got to fire people, whatever. Now, with that being said, Keith, what are the expectations for next year? Without even looking at the roster, I can tell you, you got to get to a super next year. You have to. I think you need to be a regional host, and I think you need to get to a super, okay? I think that's got to be the minimum expectation, bottom line. Because even if you host a regional, if you get bounced from your own regional again, I'm going to start to have questions, right? You need to make progress. You need to get better and better over each and every single year. And like I said, it's not a thing where if you don't get to Omaha, fire the guy, whatever. But you need to make progress. So I think getting to a super needs to be the expectation next year. I do. Let's see. Travis Will says, we can have a show. Who was your favorite Gamecock? Yeah. I mean, I literally did 2 years ago, before I was doing the opponent preview series and whatever, I was looking for content. I did podcasts on like who's the greatest Gamecock of all time, who's the most underrated. Like I did all kinds of stuff. So yeah, there are tons of options. There are tons of options for sure. Travi, I'll answer it if maybe we can mention this on the pod at some point. But Travi, my favorite Gamecock of all time has got to be Connor Shaw, just the GOAT, man. I just the ultimate winner, the ultimate winner. And if we're talking football side of things, my favorite Gamecock baseball player, I've said it many times, Justin Smoke. Justin Smoke's my guy. I'm a Justin Smoke dude. But Connor Shaw is just the ultimate GOAT, man. He's a legend. He's everything you want. He's everything that USC, I feel like, stands for. Just incredible, man. I have to go Shaw. So, Sean O'Brien, do you have any preferences as to which platform viewers tune into? Does YouTube or Facebook benefit you better in any way? Just wondering for support. Not necessarily. I will say this, though, Sean, and you're on YouTube. What does help is when people tune in on YouTube and utilize the super chats and super sticker features. So, if you want to support the business, support the content, support the show, all that good stuff on YouTube, you do have that capability. So that is the positive about YouTube, is the super chat and super stickers. It is also great when people tune into YouTube and subscribe and they like the videos. So I guess if I had to pick one that I prefer, I'd say YouTube, just because there's so many different, there's so many added benefits to it. But no, I mean, Sean, as long as people are tuning in, if people prefer YouTube, if they prefer Facebook, if they prefer Twitter, if they prefer Twitch, it doesn't matter to me. A viewer is a viewer, and I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I appreciate anyone who would take even 5 seconds out of their day to tune into the show, man. It means the world. So, each has their benefits, right? Each has their benefits. So, I truly appreciate it, like I said. Jonah Gantz, who do you got, Virginia or Dallas Baptist? I mean, I haven't like looked necessarily at the matchup, and I'm not going to, but I'm pulling for DBU. But I mean, people that are like, "Oh, Chris, you should go to the games, you should watch." I'm like, what? It's like, no, I'll pass. So I think I'd rather sit in my pool on Saturday and get drunk than go watch somebody else play for a super on our field. So Yeah. No thanks. No thanks. And I'm also not buying a ticket to go watch somebody else play. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'll pass. I will pass. So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. Have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left here on this Wednesday. By the way, guys, I'm really surprised nobody said anything about the post I put up yesterday or last night regarding the uniforms, where I was like, hey, Shane Beamer, this is what we need in regards to uniforms. Go back to the old school 05, 06 with the big Carolina and the big numbers. And I'm surprised nobody said anything because uniforms normally gets people really going. Hey, you know what we'll do? We'll just have the Daily Crow every day, and we'll just debate Ryan Helinski and Mike Bobo every day. That'll get people going. That'll certainly get people going, right? Travie, one of my favorite defensive players all time was Eric Norwood. He was a baller, dude. Yeah, Norwood was incredible, man. Legend. I got to get Norwood back on the show, man. I had him on December of like 2018, maybe. So it's been a while. I need to get Eric Norwood. I might DM him right after this, actually. I need to get Norwood back on. Robbie Davis says, what's up, Chris? Again, like I've told you before, one of the reasons why I love your shows, you keep it real, you're honest no matter what. Whenever you go to 2 shows a day, what days are you going to be doing the shows? I'm curious because I try to not miss one. Yeah, Robbie, so starting next week, the podcast will be Monday, Thursday. Monday, Thursday will be the podcast. As far as, like I said, the Daily Crow, it's TBD. I mean, I don't see any reason why I would stop doing it 5 days a week. I mean, like I said, it's just, but there might be some times where it's like, man, like there's just really nothing going on. But again, as long as y'all are all tuning in, you're making it a part of your day. I mean, we're going to continue to do the Daily Crow. I mean, that's just bottom line. So, but like I said, there just might be some moments where like for example, Friday, I'm going to be out of town, or maybe there might be a day where it's like, hey, I want to go to this, whatever. I don't know. Things might come up. It is summer. Might just want to kick it for a day, whatever it may be. So you guys just bear with me, roll the punches. I mean, you guys see, I literally schedule out the Daily Crow anyways before the week starts. So, yeah. But as of now, just assume, I guess, 5 days a week. Again, no Daily Crow on Friday, though. No Daily Crow this Friday. I will be on the beach. Sean O'Brien says, I did see that. I totally agree. They're a timeless and clean look that should definitely be considered. Alternate uniforms are cool, but a staple uniform from decade to decade can't be beat. Yeah, I get so tired of us changing the unis year after year after year. For the love of God. Like, just pick one and stick with it. You know what I mean? Just pick one and stick with it, bro. For real. I get so tired of the constant changing. I mean, we have to make a decision. We either are going to be like Oregon and go crazy with unis, or we're going to be like Bama and be traditional. Hey, I'm not saying don't have like the 84 Black Magics as a throwback alternate. I'm not saying don't have white garnet as an alternate. Have alternates, but I think we should have this is what I think. White garnet white should be the home base uniform. White should be the away base uni. From there, you have alternates. But this madness of wearing different unis week after week after week, I mean, it's cool to a degree, but I'm so much of a less is more guy. I just am. No, Travi, I appreciate the love and support, man. Like I said, I'll be here. I love doing it. I'm certainly not complaining. Like I said, my biggest thing is I would not, and one of the reasons I'm scaling the podcast back to twice a week starting next week instead of 5 is because I'm not going to put out podcasts where there's not substance and there's not content, right? So I think it's, it's more of a, I don't want to do shows and there not be substance and you guys are just kind of getting an empty product. But hey, like I said with the Daily Crow, as long as you guys are tuning in, as long as we're rocking together, hey, that's all that matters. And guess what? Like I said, starting probably, what do you say, August 2nd? I haven't thought this far, but August 2nd, beginning of August, sometime in August, the Daily Crow will go from 1 hour a day to 2 hours a day. And that will be exciting. And that will be fun. Guys, we'll close it on that note. Hey, quick reminder, we didn't even talk about the podcast today. Episode 461, though, a really great one, breaking down the Gamecocks' Week 5 opponent, the Troy Trojans, in a very interesting ball game, by the way. I think that'll be an interesting ball game. But again, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Again, Daily Crow tomorrow, no TDC Friday. Podcast will roll all week, the rest of the week. But again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hump day. Thanks again, and we will talk to you tomorrow.